If I sound a little bit agitated, if I sound a little bit pissed off, it's because I am. I am oh so aggravated I can't even begin to explain. But I'll try. The reason why there wasn't an episode of anything yesterday is because I had to pretty much avoid my Xbox to avoid the urge of throwing my controller through my goddamn TV. Cutting to the chase, I lost a save file. The video that has since been pulled, the original draft video, I lost that save file. So we need to move on and act as though that draft never happened, because it didn't. We are back here at the draft, and we are going to act as though that never happened. We're going to move on. We're going to go back through the draft. I've moved a bunch of picks around again. I've tried to do this episode a few times, so admittingly I have 5 people that I know I want to draft. They're not all amazing or anything. But yeah, I'm very much annoyed. Of course, there was only so much I could do in terms of moving draft picks. Like, you look next year, 2019, we still have 3 second-round picks, 4 third-round picks. That's going to be a problem just because of how easy it is to, get picks from the AI, especially with the whole waiver deal earlier. But yeah, regardless of how you felt about the original attempt at this draft, whether positive or negative, it's irrelevant because it no longer matters. It no longer happened, and we need to move on. Like I said, I've tried to do this video a few times with mixed results, often ending in me just being demoralized and not wanting to do it. But to start off this episode, I did want to make a trade. Originally, I tried to use all of those draft picks rather than actually trading up and getting, Levine, McLeod, and Bouchard. I tried to use them to get a big-time defenseman. Someone like David Savard, who's a little bit on the lower end, Dougie Hamilton, Ryan Ellis, Jared Spurgeon, John Carlson, Tyson Barrie. Teams will not budge. The only way we get a defenseman of that caliber is to pair 1 or 2 first-round picks and our best defensive prospect, that being Zaboral. That is way too much to give up. And I think, honestly, I would rather see if some of these defensive prospects are able to become anything. Why give up so much when there's a chance that Zaboral and Carlo could be our future 1-2, our future top pairing? We still have McAvoy. Linus Arneson might progress enough to make the NHL. So why? I cannot give up that much in good faith for one player. But what I can do is there was a certain player that you guys in the comment section of that previous video really wanted me to get. And I think we'll do just that. Just to start this episode, just to end all the bad vibes with this video and to put me into a good mood. Malte, I think is how you pronounce it, but Stromwall, who tore apart the AHL. You can kind of see why, based on those stats. I mean, Jesus Christ. He's not good defensively, but my God, he's an NHL caliber player. We just have to re-sign him. We are going to attempt to trade for him. Now, unfortunately, I did move away a lot of our picks in this draft, but I do have draft picks next year that I will probably look to use to our advantage, maybe even our own second-round pick. And we would actually have to give up at least 1 skater. So who would that be? Who would that be? Murphy, Hedberg, Pellick? I mean, we got him for free. God, do we hold on to him to see if he progresses? Or do we get rid of him? I think maybe we hold on to him. But then who the hell would we trade for Stromwall here? Is the question. Who the hell could we get rid of? And I don't really like any of our options. So maybe we'll just tack on somebody and go the draft pick route. Nate Prosser? I'm going to get rid of Nate Prosser, I think. I mean, he earned a decent contract. He'll still get that contract. He just won't be here. So 2019. Can we do our Pittsburgh second and Nate Prosser? Will that go through? Is that good enough? No, it isn't. But you know what? I'll just tack on more draft picks. That's fine. I'm not going to go higher than a second. How about Pittsburgh's second and our fourth, along with Nate Prosser for Stromwall? God damn it. All right, we'll try a third. We are going to make this work. Don't make this difficult, EA, please. Second, a third, and Prosser for Stromwall. Come on now. God, this game just loves to kick you when you're down. A second, 2/3, and Nate Prosser for Stromwall. That went through. We probably overextended. That's fine because of the ridiculous amount of picks we have anyway. Let's get down to these options here, to these picks. Like I said, I know who I want, and that's who I am going to take. But as of now, Bouchard is a Blackhawk, Levine is a Sabre, and McLeod is on Toronto. Those are the new homes for those players. I have no idea, aside from these picks and the players that we are going to resign, what this team is going to look like at the start of the next season. Chris McIntyre, though, is going to be the first defenseman that we draft. From the original episode that was put up, I knew that he was a solid player. That's pretty much how I know what one of these, or what, pick I want to make. Dmitry Taratukin will be the next, and they are both pretty decent. Much better to trade up to the 19th pick to get a top 6 than to trade up to, 4, 5, 6, was it? That was ridiculous. Never mind, I don't know what I'm talking about. That never happened. But those are our first 2 picks. Not too bad. We have the first 2 picks of the second round as well. We have one more defenseman to take. And we also... Well, actually, there is a defenseman I was looking at, but Wes Rogers might not be terrible. I don't know how good he is. Shit. All right, first of all, we're taking this Finnish goalie, Herme, who ends up being starter potential. Not too bad of a pick. I just need to decide if I want to make it... You know what? I'm going to take Rogers. And if he's better than the guy I was going to take, then happy day. He actually is. He's medium top 6. I was going to take a player named Jamin Allison, who ends up being medium 7D. We will take Rogers instead, and we will move on. We have 1 pick left in this draft, and it's actually another goalie who I discovered on one of the other attempts to do this episode. We actually had a pick in the 7th round. Jamin Allison is actually right there. And you know what? I'm going to take him. I'm going to take him, and I'm going to trade for this next pick because screw it. I want both players, whatever. It's my series. I'll do what I want to. It's my party, and I'll be bitchy as fuck because I'm having to re-record this if I want to. So 2019 third and a 5th. How about that? You get an extra. You just move the pick the next year and you get a 5th. You sons of bitches. We are getting this next pick and we are taking this goal. I could probably even trade for like a 4th or a 5th or maybe even a 6th and still get him. But I'm not opposed to just clearing out some of these draft picks. We have so goddamn many of them in the next few years. I mean, just getting the picks that I've already made in this draft through the first 3 rounds, we had to overextend a lot. I mean, I was handing out... I mean, I'll try to show you the trades. It won't show every pick, but it'll be like, oh, a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th, and 3 more, or whatever. 2 more, technically. But it is another goalie that we'll be taking with this last pick here. It is Oljevic, or Oljevic. And we will take him. He ends up being medium backup. That is it for our draft. Of course, we will do the rest of the offseason in this video as well. Although, like I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. This episode might end up being half an hour long. I don't know. I don't know what to expect free agency-wise. I don't know what to expect player progression-wise. And I mean, last year we got screwed by player progression because we didn't think Joe Morrow would improve. He did, which made the Trouba and Subban trades not worth it. By the way, the San Jose Sharks won the Stanley Cup rather than whoever the hell won it. I already forgot. I don't care. San Jose beat Montreal in 7, and the Tucson Roadrunners won the Calder Cup. We will just quickly go through the player awards. I imagine most of them stay the same, aside from the Conn Smythe, which went to Martin Jones. And yeah, I'm pretty sure everything stayed the same. My God. All right, we're making progress in this video. I'm still in good spirits here. I'm so mad. I knew it was going to happen eventually, that we would lose a save file and I would lose progress. It just, I don't know, man. It happened at a bad time. But like I said, we have to move on, and we will. So the goalie situation here is pretty ridiculous. We are going to let go of Anton Khudobin. That's going to piss off some people, I'm sure. Case in point. But we have Vehvilainen, Marmeland, Herme, Skinner, and Oljevic. There's a strong chance that we trade Marmeland and maybe even Oljevic, and we'll keep Herme and Vehvilainen down in Providence, and then Stuart Skinner will be here next year. So there's a very strong chance that we will do that, although Vehvilainen could improve and could become good enough to be the backup goalie. We just don't know. We'll have to see who is available free agent-wise. We need to re-sign Trouba and Grzelcyk, try to get them both on bridge deals here. Let's see. Jesse Blacker can go. Corbett can go. Obviously, Nate Schmidt will be traded in the preseason when we can put the AHL captaincy on him, and that should allow him to bounce back pretty well. Rogers ended up being pretty decent, as did McIntyre. Allison, 70 potential. Not too bad. Not too bad of picks there. I'm all right with that. Justin Fontaine can be cut. Pulkkinen, I don't think is going to turn into anything. He can go. Smith can go. We need to re-sign Stromwall. And we can actually get him for 3 years on a two-way deal, so we'll do that. That could end up being a great contract for us. Anton Bleed, we can do the same thing. We'll hope for the best. Reed Petrick, someone I wouldn't mind re-signing, but I think we're going to let go just in case there are decent players available on the free agent list. There's a chance. Last year we had the likes of Brock Besser, Colin White, and obviously we kind of reneged on that and backed off. But if players like that are available this time out, fuck it. We're going for them. We are going for them. If these teams aren't smart enough to sign their prospects, then we are going for it. Brian Flynn can go. Nick Spaulding can go. I'm going to let go of Jimmy Lodge and Colby Cave. I wouldn't mind keeping either of them, but we're going to let go of them because I just don't know who is available free agent-wise. Taratukin's not too bad, and he'll actually be on the Providence Bruins starting off. So we have freed up some cap space, and there is a big-time move I'm thinking of. Not necessarily trading for a big defenseman, but I'm tempted to get rid of Trouba and Murphy to clear up the cap space because I just don't know if either of them are going to turn into that big-time defenseman that we need. And if there is, say, a big-time winger or a big-time defenseman in free agency that it would be much more beneficial for us to have, then maybe we will get rid of them. Are you guys enjoying this episode? I hope you are. I've never been more concerned or flustered while making an episode just because of the circumstances here, but I hope you guys do enjoy this, and at least, hey, at the very least you get to enjoy the sound of a guy losing his mind for however long this video ends up being. The free agent list, let's take a look. We don't have much in terms of cap space, but there are some decent names. Patrick Hornqvist, Paul Stastny, Kyle Turris. Darnell Nurse is an RFA. It would cost a fucking fortune to get him. Well, probably a first and a third, maybe even more. Actually, you know what? For shits and giggles. Actually, no, we can't even offer it because we don't have the money right now. So there are some decent guys. Maybe we could go for Patrick Hornqvist. Maybe. But then again, we could, drop Backus down to the third-line center. And then we'd need a better, and then we'd have Hornqvist and Pasta there. He might be worth getting. Kyle Turris, he is a first-line forward. Jesus. Maybe, he only had 60 points last year. He's never had more than 60 points. Well, no, 64. I'm losing it. We could potentially get rid of, David Krejci and then have Turris and Bergeron. But I'm not sure if I want to do that. Stastny is not a factor, but Hornqvist or Turris we could potentially go for. I won't go. Then again, Evander Kane wouldn't necessarily be a bad fit. I know we have him in the fantasy draft series as well. But if Vetrano doesn't progress, he wouldn't be the worst player to have. So we do have some options, which means we do need to clear out some cap space. So let's quickly take a look. The only thing that sucks is that we can't trade Nate Schmidt. Most likely. I mean, I'll try, because I don't care what we get back for him. I just want him off my goddamn team at this point. We got him for free. So even if we get a 7th round pick, who gives a shit? That's a free 7th round pick. So can we get him for a 7th round pick in 2024? No. We can't even get rid of him for that. So we're going to have to do the whole give him captaincy to boost him up and then trade him. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get rid of him for now. Okay. But centers. Would I want to trade David Krejci? It shows much like Isaac Lutzer in the Nord series. If you're just a great two-way, apparently you get stuck as a second line forward. So we could trade David Krejci. We could trade David Krejci and bring in Kyle Turris as the top line guy. Do we want to do that? Is the question. Jesus, he was a big part of the reason as to why we won the cup. Would we want to get rid of David Krejci? Son of a bitch. I don't know. Like, how extreme do I want to go with this series? Because, like, realism, in a way, it's like, fuck it, because it's an EA game. Realism only goes so far. It's not a rule. It's a guideline. Let's see here. Okay, you know what? Because I've tried to do this episode a few times, I'm just going to do what the hell I want to do. So you guys might not agree with this. That's fine. But I'm going to do what I have to do to put this team into a good spot. The problem is, as much as I'd love to get Kyle Turris, I don't want to risk trading David Krejci and then having him sign elsewhere because we don't have somebody that can step up and replace him. Although we do have David Backes. But I'd rather try to trade David Backes and sign Evander Kane or Patrick Hornqvist. So I think we might try to get rid of David Backes. I'm going to get rid of Dufek and Jensen just to clear up some space. Were there any centers? We can keep Patterson. Okay, that's good. Yeah, fuck it. Let's try to trade David Backes. Let's try to trade David Backes. I mean, I kept him for the first 2 years of that deal. We could send him to Anaheim. I can't send him back to St. Louis. Anaheim is looking like the ideal option. Minnesota wouldn't be a bad shout. So I'm not going to try to trade him for anybody in particular. We'll just try to get picks back for him. Well, actually, I do wonder if we look at Colorado. I don't think there's any way Colorado could afford this. I want that high-end defenseman so badly. So we're going to try this really quick. If it doesn't work, whatever. Trouba, Murphy, David Backes. There's no way we're going to be able to get Ty Berry. Yeah, the money situation just doesn't work out that way. But Calgary, we might be able to get Dougie Hamilton. Maybe. I'm going for this, man. I am. If we can clear out that much cap space, bring in Dougie Hamilton, that would be amazing. So what if I just do that just in case I'm underselling myself here? Fuck it. Will that go through? No, it won't. I don't care. We're doing this because we're clearing out cap space and we can potentially get Hornqvist or Evander Kane from free agency. I'll give up seconds. I'm telling you, man, the cost to get an elite player is ridiculous. That says it's just a bit low, so if we swap out seconds, it might go through. Backes, Trouba, Murphy, and a second for Dougie Hamilton. It went through. Whatever. I'm fine with it. We clear out. That's more about cap space. I don't think Trouba and Murphy will progress. Dougie Hamilton is once again a Bruin. We have ourselves some cap space. I do need to make a couple of more deals to clear this stuff out. God damn it. What am I doing to this team? What am I doing to this team? But hey, we have a defenseman that can now play with Torrey Krug the way it should have been the entire time. We'll hold on to Adam Pelech for now. Who else can we get rid of? Weinhold? I'm going to get rid of Weinhold. I know we drafted him. but I don't like the odds of him becoming a decent player. And then goaltending, fringe starter. You know what? I think we're good. So we'll just try to send these guys to wherever. I'm actually going to try to send them to Buffalo, because who gives a shit if they get these 3 players? They're not going to be impact players. That takes up contract spots. And then maybe the Sabres will have to cut somebody that we could just snag there. I don't really care much what we get back for picks, so how about just a 3rd and a 6th? It's more about clearing out roster spots. I will take that deal. The only thing that concerns me are the morale implications. But hopefully we can avoid serious issue. Now, we're going to be able to sign, hopefully, Hornqvist or Evander Kane. It's one or the other. I'm going to put faith that Frank Vatrano will progress. So we are going to try and sign Patrick Hornqvist. If we can't, we'll sign Evander Kane. But Patrick Hornqvist is going to be the main target. I am willing to sign him until he is 36 years old. That sounds fine to me, and we might be able to get a little bit of a sweetheart deal. And actually, $6.9 million? Let's try that, and we'll see. We will see if we can get Patrick Hornqvist. Now, let's see prospect-wise. Actually, I need to go see what the contract situation is. Are you guys still with me here? If you are, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to focus and make sure we put this team into a good spot. Like I said, just not the greatest situation. But all right, so if Hornqvist signs, that means we have 17 contract spots. That's not bad at all. That is not bad at all. Now, we potentially need a backup goalie, so that might be my first course of action. Although if there's nobody preferable, we could just hold on to Vevalainen and hope that he progresses. So let's see. Goalies. Who do we have available? We have Alex Leon, Ramo, Hutchinson, Campbell. Leon would be perfect. He would be. I mean, Jordan Binnington is there, but I don't know. I think let's try to sign Leon, who was a Minnesota guy. Let's go 1 year, $1 million. And he might be the goalie. Prospect-wise, you know, I won't look at goalie prospects yet because I need to make sure that we can at least sign Leon based on the amount of goalies we already have. Defensively, we're set. We don't need any of these players, but we will look potential-wise. Libor Hayek is available. God damn. I know he's low top 4, but god damn. Cholowski. Wow, Detroit let go of Dennis Cholowski as well. I hate his name. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but I always read it as Cholowski. And yeah, Cholo. Anyway, a lot of people are going after him and Hayek. God damn. And then you have Linus Nassen and Jacob Cederholm. I know they're only medium potential, but they're 20. God damn, this is like last year with Brock Besser. Is this Keaton Middleton? Keaton Middleton, he's low top 6. I'd probably avoid him. 7th D, we have Riley Stillman. Riley Stillman's available. Jordan Sambrook. My God, there are so many prospects available. And that's just defensemen. Who do we have? Who do we have for right wings? Nobody great. How about high AHL potential? Anybody? No. Okay, so there's really nobody worth getting at right wing. Yeah, not even like Zev Polovs would really be worth it. So nobody great at right wing. We might end up with a shitload of defensive prospects, in which case we'd have to move people out. Oh my God. Rasmus Asplund is available, the 33rd overall pick. Elnuik is available as well. Jesus, man. How about centers? Okay. You know what? I gave teams a break last year. We called it the stupid tax. You don't get a break this year. I'm going after these big-time prospects. I give 0 fucks. The question is, what do I want to do with the players that are only medium potential? I think I'll hold off on medium potential prospects. We'll just aim for the high potential prospects first. Who is this? Brett McKenzie? Come on down. You're getting a contract offer. I'm going to be the fucking Oprah Winfrey of contract offers here because we're going to be handing them out left and right. Rodrigo Abols, he's 22. I'm going to pass. Travis Barron, though, who I believe we had in the NHL 16 Bruins series, is on his way back to Boston. And like I said, there's a lot of guys here in the medium potential range that we will come back to if they are still available. Rasmus Asplund is absolutely getting a deal. We'll go with just the high-end prospects first. I know he's low top 6, and this guy's low top 9, but we're going for it. We're going for it. I do not care. Let's look at high AHL potential. Do we have anybody available? We do not. Right wings. Do we have... There was nobody right wings, I believe. I'm going to double check here. Again, a little bit scatterbrained. Stick with me here, though. I appreciate it. So, Libor Hayek, we will send a deal. Chicago wants him. You will have to fight for him, you bastards. Dennis Cholowski. This could really change the outlook of our defensive prospects. Right about now, Arizona and Toronto want him. And then we'll look at high AHL potential, and that is Riley Stillman. All right, so we had what, 16, 17 spots available? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 offers out so far if you include the goaltender. So 10 offers with 17 spots, I believe. So we can go out and send some offers to some of these higher-end medium bottom 6. And we'll just go all forwards to make this easy on ourselves. I didn't even need to hit the button there. Who's that guy at the top of the list? Evander Kane, who we might eventually get. So let's see here. Brooks is 22. I think we'll hold off on him. Who is this? Jonathan Ang? Is it? I hope. We'll try to sign him, man. We will try to sign him. Screw it. If these teams are... If the AI is so poorly programmed that they're going to let go players of this caliber, I don't care. We're taking them. Does it make the series easy? Probably. But, god damn it. There's no guarantee either. We've had super teams, like in this Oscar Steen. Damn. Might get him back. You know, we had super teams in Vancouver that fell short. We had a great team with the Nordiques that fell short. Just because I signed these prospects, it's not a guarantee. And we'll sign Stollard as well. Or at least try to. Low bottom 6 we will avoid. Even though Otto Stompy is in there. That's not too bad. Alright, so that is... that's good for forwards. Let me go to approached again here, just to make sure. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10? Is that it? Really, that's it. Huh. I could have sworn we sent out more offers than that. Whatever. 11 in total. Oh, the defenseman. That would be why. I was on forwards only. 11, 12, 13, 14. So we got 3 left, potentially. So I'm only going to send out... probably one more, just in case we technically have players. Actually, you know what? I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to stop right there because if we technically have players that are in junior, that could screw us over. So let's see how many of these goddamn prospects we can sign. I don't know how long this episode's going to be, but my God. I know some people don't care, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's just move on. Paquette, Stillman, Elnewick, Asplund have all signed. That is not a bad start. Alex Leon has signed, so we have our backup goalie. McKenzie, Barron, Ang, Cholowski, Stollard, Hayek, Oscar Steen, Kuokkanen have signed. I think the only person we're waiting for now is Patrick Hornqvist. Is Evander Kane still available? He is. So Evander Kane's still available. As long as Patty Hornqvist gets back to us in a timely manner, we are good to go. Absolutely. So let's see here. Can we get our replacement? Oh, you bitch. You bitch. He went to Anaheim. All right. Well, that Backus trade might have backfired. Is Evander Kane still available? He is not. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, we can recover from this. Kyle Turris. God, who did Evander Kane go? I can't believe he declined. I know he didn't give him the term and everything he wanted, and maybe we just should have. Evander Kane went to Toronto. That's the second guy in a row that I've wanted to sign after Brock Besser that ended up going to Toronto. So we will try to sign not Paul Stastny, Kyle Turris. And then potentially, nobody's going after him. Really? Shit. I'll sign him to a 7-year deal at $6 million. Are you kidding? How would that not be a steal? He's an 88. And he's probably not going to get any better though. You know what? 4-year deal. And we'll try it for 6.3. And we'll see if he accepts. And worst comes to worst, we have to move him or Krejci to the right wing. Or we could, of course, play Bergeron on the second pairing. We really, really need Frankie Vatrano to step up and get some good progression. But let's see here. If Kyle Turris, he should sign. No one else has sent him a deal. He should sign any moment now. Please. Thank you. Kyle Turris is here. So not Hornqvist, not Evander Kane, but Kyle Turris. Not too bad. So what is our current contract situation like? Because there are still some prospects out there who might be half decent here. Like I said, I don't know what this team's going to look like. We're only at 46 out of 50. And we have so fuck it. Let's go for more prospects, right? Why the hell not? I'm not sure if the guys on defense will still be there. And we never looked at goalie prospects either. Let's take a look at goalie prospects. I know we have plenty of goalie prospects as it is, but the more the merrier, right? So let's go take a look at potential goalie prospects. High backups, these guys are all too old. Medium backups, like they might be decent. Carletto, Booth might not be too bad. Arnold, Lala, Helienko. All right, I mean, there's some decent guys here. High AHL starter. There are 2 of them here that might not be bad. Rusu, and I think that's Griffin Outhouse. It is. God, he looks so happy about that last name, doesn't he? Outhouse and Rusu for goalies. Or defensively, we can go after... We'll have to go down to AHL. Actually, no, I think the guys... Yeah, the medium 6 guys we were looking at are gone. They are gone. I can't remember their names. Cedarholm and somebody else. They're gone. So I'm going to go after those 2 goalies. And hopefully we can sign them. I'm not sure what the limit is on goalies. Not all of our goalies that we currently have are signed. But let's try to sign Rusu and Outhouse. And that will just give us an abundance of goalie prospects, truly. So we will see if those 2 sign, and then that will do it. We'll get to move on to the start of the preseason, and we'll finalize this team, and then we will take it from there. So let's see if these 2 players end up signing. Outhouse has signed. Do we have space for Rusu? Yes, we do. Well, aside from missing out on Patrick Hornqvist and Evander Kane, we ended up getting Kyle Turris anyway. That was not too bad. Let's move forward to the preseason and see what our finalized team looks like. So guys, as you can see, the captain's glitch has kind of worked with Nate Schmidt. He's not fully back up to an 83, but he is back up to an 82. And we will see where the ideal location to trade him would be. And it's looking like we're going to have to test the waters here with a few teams. Tampa might be decent. Again, I just want to get rid of him. We got him for free to begin with. So whatever we get for him is just gravy. And a 3rd-round pick will not work. So God damn it, I'm going to have to go through most of these teams that have a 48 or a 49. And we will have to check them. And we can send him back to Washington. How perfect is that? I'll take a 3rd-round pick for him. Does that sound good to you? Thank you very much. Nate Schmidt is on his way back to the Caps. All right, guys, we have one more trade to go. We need to clear out a couple of spots. The goaltending situation is a little bit tough because Vevalainen didn't jump up to above an 80, so Leon's still going to be the backup. But then the question is, what do? You have three goalies with high AHL potential. Marmolin's a medium fringe, but then you have Herme, who still isn't signed, and Oljevic, or Aljevich, I don't know. But he has the lowest trade value and is only a medium backup. So I'm thinking here of trading Marmolin, and then we'll have Vehviläinen, Ruusu, and Outhouse as the three goalies. And then later on in the year, probably trade Ruusu and Outhouse and get Herme in there along with Vehviläinen down in Providence. It's tough because I don't really want to trade any of the goalies because there's a chance that they could turn into something special, but we kind of need Hannu Herme to be the main goalie down in Providence. So it's a tough situation. I'll actually leave that up to you. But the other situation right now, I'm not going to mention any specific overalls aside from right here. It's Linus Arnason or Adam Pelech, and it's going to be Linus Arnason. A better potential. He's a younger, more trade value, so Pelech is on his way out. That leaves us fine defensively. And then offensively, Mika Solomaki is also on his way out. He's just the odd man out due to certain progression. So I'm not sure where we're going to be able to send the two of them. I have no idea. I could probably look for prospects. Actually, I'll look for prospects on Columbus. Let's see. Is there anybody on the Blue Jackets that I would like to have that we could get out of this deal? Preferably unsigned players, which might be a little bit difficult to find anybody of value, and indeed it is looking pretty difficult. So Columbus is an option at least. Let me look elsewhere. Is Buffalo an option? Would the Sabres work? The Sabres would not work. I could do this. The Sabres cannot work. Let's see. I don't want to look for too long, but if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right. Pittsburgh, do they have any unsigned prospects that would be worth going after? Morand is signed, unfortunately. It's not looking like it. We might just have to give these guys up for the draft picks, which is fine. But, I mean, obviously we have a ton of draft picks, and I'm sure we'll end up with even more along the way. How much longer do I want to look is the question before we just get rid of them. How long do we look? Steenbergen. All right, well, at least we know we can trade him to Nashville. Let's do that. Western Conference team, Solomaki, back to the Preds, and they also get Adam Pelech. And we should be able to get a half-decent return here. I'm looking for just a second and a third because all we want to do is get rid of them. That went through. Pelech and Solomaki are off to Nashville. All right, guys, so here we go. The team is finalized. At the start of this episode, I had no idea what the hell I wanted to do. I was so pissed off, so anxious about how the episode would go and what we would do. But now that we're here, I'm so goddamn excited to see what this team can do in Season 3. 92, 92, and 93, but that's deceiving. In Providence, it's a 78, 80, and 80. But let's look at this team. Guys, I am so pumped. I really am. Top line right now is Brad Marchand with Patrice Bergeron, who has fallen a little bit because of the trades of Adam Pelech, Murphy, Trouba, and Backus. So hopefully he can rebound a bit. And David Pastrnak. Marchand and Pastrnak, both legit first-line forwards. Second line, Vetrano has jumped to an 86 and is a second-line forward. So I'm glad we held on to him. Kyle Turris will be the center. We could, of course, we could do a number of things. We really could. We could put Kyle Turris up here, since he is a legit first-line guy, and we could have this be the second line. I had David Krejci on the right because Turris is a little bit better at face-offs. But then the third line, Jake DeBrusk has made it. Look, I know he's only a minor league scoring forward, but look at the passing, the shooting, the offensive awareness under the census category. He is an NHL player. It's just the defense that's a little bit weak, but it's not too bad, and the physical category. He is ready. Austin Czarnik could potentially be their center. I know he's a third-line checking forward, which is weird because he's good offensively. And then Malte Stromwall, 83, listed as a depth forward. Look at the puck skills. Look at the shooting. It's insane, and I'll show you guys something in a moment. The fourth line now is Anton Bleed on his natural, on the left side, strong side, with Danton Heinen and Noel Acciari, who is a third line guy. Not too bad at faceoffs. We could have Heinen there. We could switch Heinen over to the right side, but Noel Acciari, not too bad. The perfect third, the fourth line guy. So overall, we could have Turris here. We could have him back over here. There's a number of things we can do. We'll get back to that in a moment. Defensively, say what you want about how much I had to give up, what I did with all the draft picks. Torrey Krug and Dougie Hamilton are the top pairing here in Boston, as it probably should be. Second pairing, Matt Grzelcyk jumped to an 85. Not too bad at all. He will play with Carlo, who we're looking to have a very big year. He is now officially a top 4 defenseman in the last year of his entry-level deal. Third pairing, Linus Arneson, who is an 83, but again, he's taken a little bit of a hit because of some of the players we have traded away. He will be with Joe Morrow. We could easily go with something like this as well and just have Grzelcyk on the right side for the strong point shot. But since he and Carlo are both top 4 defensemen, we put them together for now. The goaltending, of course, Tuukka Rask is still our starter. Alex Leon, though, I'm excited. Lion? I'm guessing Leon. He's a backup goalie now. He made it, and he's an 83. Worked out perfectly. Now, I'll have to fix these lineups, but what I wanted to show you is when we go best lines, it puts Stromwall as the starting left wing with Bergeron and Pasternak, and actually puts Krejci as the third line center. Just thought it was interesting that it puts Bergeron with Stromwall and Pasternak on the top pairing. Just thought it was interesting. Down in the AHL, boy, oh boy, we're looking pretty good. Peter Cehlarik will be with Dmitry Taratukin, who we just drafted, and Zachary Senyshyn. Second line is Yanni Kuokkanen, I think. I'm guessing it's Kuokkanen? Kuokkanen. Yeah. Anyway, we just signed him. He is with Trent Frederick, who is now in Providence, and Jakob Forsbacka Karlsson. Jesse Gabriel is with Rasmus Asplund and Travis Barron. Hudson Elnewick is with Brett McKenzie and Vladimir Kuznetsov. The scratched players, because we do have quite a few, and they're all centers, actually. We have Christopher Paquette, medium bottom 6, is scratched. Oscar Steen, medium bottom 6, is scratched. Jonathan Ong, medium bottom 6, is scratched. And guess what? Jordy Stollard, medium bottom 6, and he is scratched. So we're going with the potentials that are more likely to pay off, I feel. But let me know if we should take out these high AHL guys for them. Defensively. Dennis Cholowski, top 2 defenseman in the minor leagues. Not too bad at all. 79 overall. Charlie McAvoy is up to an 81. If we didn't get Dougie Hamilton, I probably would have just played. I would have made the trade anyway. I would have gotten rid of Trouba and Murphy, but then instead of Hamilton, we just would have had Charlie McAvoy, and he would probably be, easy for me to say, he'd probably be down here on the third pairing with Linus Arneson. We have Chris McIntyre, who we just drafted. He is with Jakub Zaboral, and the third pairing is Libor Hayek with Jeremy Lauzon. 2 scratches. We have Ralph Jarrett. He is signed. Will he become as good as he did in Quebec City? We will find out. And Riley Stillman is the other scratch. Of course, the goalie situation, as I've already talked about, is a bit of a mess. Vehvilainen is currently the starter. Guys, I'm going to end this right here because it's gone on long enough. I cannot wait to see your feedback, and I hope it puts my mind at ease. In the next episode, we get back into the sim. We begin Season 3. What this team can do, who knows, but I am so excited for the future of this series. Thankfully, I didn't think I'd feel this way at this point. But as always, guys, if you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button to help support the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already to continue following this series. And others, check out Bork's Battalion, damn it. I want constructive feedback. Let me know what I should do with that series or any of the other series. And I will see you guys in the next one.